Okay guys, so if you have seen the other Christmas haul videos, I showed you some Matchbox cars. Some of them were in the package, some of them were out of the package, but regardless they were smaller vehicles. Today I'm going to show you some of the bigger vehicles I got and also some different odds and ends. Today we're going to start with probably one of my favorite of the larger vehicles I got. This is a 1950 Chevrolet. I think this is a 3100. Right? Yeah, 3100. And I may need to adjust my light again. I'm still trying to figure out that light. This is made by Maisto. That light's making my camera not focus very good. And it's 1/25th scale. It's a 5-window truck. It's got the windows in the corners here. Doors open. Now's when I need my light. You can see the dashboard in there and the chrome, or no, they're not chrome. You can see the window cranks on the other side. And oh, that's cool. The mirror, the rear view mirror up here, inside. So stick my finger in the truck. Right here is part of the windshield window piece. That's kind of cool. So the cab and the bed are one piece. And says Chevrolet on the back tailgate, just like a real one would. And it opens up. It's got a license plate on it. The license plate says that it expired 10/31/50. And I think that's kind of funny, since this is a 1950 truck. Your license plate sure wasn't licensed for very long, didn't last very long. Very detailed piece on the front there. And the hubcaps, all 4 of the hubcaps say Chevrolet on them. All you're getting now, it looks like, is a reflection of my tablet, which for some reason looks pink instead of red. Oh, it's that light. So that's it for that one. And the wheels steer. It's got pretty soft rubber tires on it. I think I'll keep this up here with the other 2 trucks. There it is, and we scooted Garfield over to the corner there. This isn't new. I've had this 68 Chevy for a while, but I just decided to put it out here. It's made by Liberty, so it's a nice truck. Okay, this 67. I'm sorry, this has no turn indicators on the side. That's a 67. 68. It's got reflectors on the side there. Anyway, back to the Christmas haul. I got this old true scale grain wagon. It's got the old metal wheels and rubber hard plastic tires. It's been repainted, but you can still, I don't know why it's not showing up on the camera, but you can still see the true scale decal. There, with the light you can kind of see it. It's been repainted. Unfortunately, somebody painted it. I can probably put something over the paint that's over this label to try to take it off of the label, but I'm worried that it'll take the label off too, and I don't want that, so I may just leave it. But anyway, of course, with this being an old antique toy, it's all metal. Not sure what these holes are for. Oh, they've been drilled in it. So it must have been holding water or something. It looks pretty realistic on the back here, you know, and this thing looks like it would pull up. but it does not. Those bars stop at the bottom of this thing. It's kind of bent up, but it's alright. I like the steering on this. Oh, there. You can see it was originally orange. Steers pretty good. Not sure why the tongue of the trailer is so rusty and the rest of the truck's not. Put my lamps in, maybe that'll fix my light problem. Put that back. Let's see, got a big International tractor here. It's dirty, but it's a big 5088. And I need to buy a new top for this. But it looks like it's in really bad condition on the camera. Because of the angle it's at, it shows every little spot on it. I think once I clean it up, it will look better. It might not. But it was only a couple bucks at a garage sale. A lot of the stuff for my Christmas I picked out throughout the year and just then had my parents give it to me, you know, as a Christmas gift. So I know what most of it is. Here, this is the good side of it. See what I'm talking about? It needs a new top. It's cracked along here. There's a crack in it here. There's a crack in it here. There's a crack in it there. There's a chunk of the roof gone here, although I have that piece. It's inside, well, now it's probably inside the basket that I have everything else in, but I have this piece. But oh, and the label on the top here is coming off, which that doesn't really matter. I can glue that, but I'm not gonna bother to do that. I'll just buy a new top for it. It's just this red plastic piece here. And I know a guy I can buy one from for pretty cheap. It's missing the slow-moving vehicle triangle there. But outside of that, the tractor itself's in good condition. It's not, the die cast isn't cracked or anything. It steers, although I can't really get my hand in the cab to steer it. That's just shaking the front wheels. But it does steer. This is, I want to say, an 80s truck or tractor. If I didn't mention it, this is made by Ertl. Oh, and the smokestack. It's a long smokestack. Did a short one and a long one. This is the long one. It's kind of bent back, but it's made out of rubber, so it won't break off real easily. Let's go through the rest of the tractors. I got this John Deere tractor here. It's kind of a 30s style John Deere, 1930s. It's got the spoked wheels with tires in the back, and spoked wheels with tires in the front. This is a Ertl, and if you don't live in Indiana, this probably doesn't mean anything to you, but this is a WWKI We Care tractor. This one is from 1997. It is I'm not sure why that serial number is scratched out. This is number 4143 of 5,000, so they only made 5,000 of these We Care edition tractors. The flywheel spins, although it doesn't spin real good. It steers. Sometimes it steers. Got the big radiator in the front here. Oh, and all the decals are stickers instead of being painted on. So I thought this was cool. It's got that stamp there on the bottom. Oh, it also needs to go to the tractor guy and get the wheels tightened up on it. Papa Ron my grandpa, he can fix a lot of stuff, but he doesn't have the machine to put this cap back on here after he takes the wheel off. It needs washers or something behind the wheels. You can see they're very wobbly. Got another true scale. This one's in better condition. These true scale things are old and they're usually expensive. It says true scale on the tire there too. This also has the metal wheel, the hard plastic tire. This is a manure spreader, and this is the version with the white chain guard. There's a variation of this that has I believe a red chain guard on it, or not a chain guard, but a gear guard. Keeps stuff from messing up the gears that's in here. And then it's got these levers on the front here. They engage and disengage the things on the front. So like, it's not wanting to work right now. There, see, they're spinning. It's not perfect, but it works. It's made in the USA. Here's another tractor. This is from the 1970s. This one I know for sure. This is from the 1970s. This is an International tractor. It's missing the sticker on the grill. And it's missing the decal on the side here, the black decal. But outside of that, it's in good. It's not really in all that great condition actually. All the paint's coming off of it, and it's splitting. I've never had an Ertl tractor split, but the two pieces are splitting back apart. Amazingly, even with it splitting, it still steers. Actually, this is one of the better steering tractors I have. Made in the USA. You can see behind that wheel there. Maybe. This is an Ertl. My dad said he had one of these when he was a kid. This one's got the little thing on the front there. And it's got the hole back here. You can attach a scoop to it. I don't have a scoop for it. I can't find one on eBay either. I've got some more tractors to show you, but this book goes along with the tractors. This is a guide to McCormick and International toys. It's from 1984. The guy that wrote it's from Reynolds, Indiana. I just think that's kind of neat since I live in Indiana. I'm going to find that International tractor I just showed you. I think I found it in here before. There it is. Okay, that's the dual. There. That's the one I just showed you. It's a International 544. And here's one with a scoop on it. It also came with duals on it. I'd like to get this one, or at least buy a scoop and put it on this one. But it's a neat book. I found a couple different tractors in here that I've got. Let's see. That's the bottle. But anyways, there's that tractor there. That's a 52. There's the 5088. That's the one I just showed you. Most of the stuff in here is Ertl, but there is one Lesney product in here. There's the International Draught Bulldozer. I have this, except mine has the bulldozer blade tore off of it. You know, die cast kind of cracks and breaks after a while. So that's that book. I've probably said it already, but I've found 4 or 5 different things in that book that I have. This I got from my Grandpa Scott and Grandma Cheryl that live in Florida. They went to an antique store and picked this up for me. This is a Hubley with a rumble seat. This is a... Oh no, the license plate got broke off. Okay, well I'll find it later after the video. But anyway, this is, surprisingly, this is a Hubley. So I thought that was kind of neat. It's got rubber tires on it, and you can tell it's been sitting a while. Those round tires looking kind of flat. It's supposed to have a blue top on it. The top's tore off. The windshield's tore off. And it's only got a couple of the chrome vents left. It's got 1 on this side and 3 on the other side. One of these popped out earlier. I could put it on this side and then I'd have 2 on each side. This is a Chevy, if I didn't mention that already. It's got Chevy hubcaps on it. And the wheel steer. There's the engine, pretty detailed engine. There's the interior of the car. I'm gonna have to find that license plate because it said what year this was. It's a 32. It's a 32 Chevy. That's what it was. But I still need to. Oh, and it doesn't have any headlights, and I imagine it's supposed to have a front bumper. But it was nice of them to get it for me at the antique store. They know I like antiques, so. And it doesn't really bother me that it's missing some things. It just makes it kind of look like an old barn find car. It's got a rumble seat in it. It closes. Here's another Ertl product of the 70s. This is a flatbed wagon that's supposed to have sides on it. It's supposed to be like a hay wagon or something. But this one here is a little worse for wear. The axle's bent. An axle this short and it got bent. How's that even happen? But I soaked the front of this thing. You can still see where I soaked it. I didn't know WD-40 could stain something, but it did. But, I mean, I soaked this thing in WD-40 and it's still locked up tight. I mean, it's like, if I keep messing with it, I'm going to break this off. It won't move at all. The back axle and everything's in good condition. It's just sandy. And I think that's, unfortunately, that's what happened to this wagon. Is it probably sat out in the sand somewhere and seized up. It's made out of die cast. It's got the plastic tires and wheels. It's from the 70s, from Ertl. I buy a tongue for it. It holds my, it'll haul my car pretty good. I don't want that to roll off the table. One more tractor thing. There's this muddy, dirty disc here. This is cool. The wheels go down or come up on it, just like a real disc, and the discs turn. I believe this is an Ertl, although it doesn't say anywhere. Yes, it does. Okay, this is a Scale Models, so this is part of Ertl. It's got a hitch in the back here. I can pull my manure spreader behind it. And the hook up in the front's pretty cool. You pull this pin up and let me grab a tractor. Then you slide it into the hitch, drop the pin down, and then you're locked in there until you pull that pin back up. It's pretty dirty, but it doesn't. It's a disc, you know. It doesn't really matter if it's dirty. That's cool. One more car. This is a Porsche, an old Porsche, a very detailed Porsche. And oh look, the seats tip forward. I'm not sure what the point of that is, but the seats tip forward. And the convertible top fell off. It fell off when I bought it. But that's alright. I didn't buy this new. I didn't buy anything new. This is made by... I have a bunch of this brand. Burago, I think is how you say that. Anyway, it's a 61 Porsche 356B 1/18th scale, and it's made in Italy. There's the bottom of your motor. Your hood opens. Of course, it's a Porsche, so it's a rear engine. There's the inside of your motor. You've got a plastic vent on the rear of the trunk. And then the trunk closes, and you've also got these chrome ones on the outside there. Very detailed interior. Looks like we got a clock in the middle there, and your regular gauges, your speedometer, and all that good stuff. The seats kind of flex. And the visors go up. You got little mirrors on the visors. The hood opens. You got your spare tire and what little trunk room you have left. Good looking car. So really the only thing that doesn't open on it that opens on the real car would be the gas tank. Or gas cap, and why would that open on a toy, you know? So there's that. That's a nice model. This is the 1976 Indiana license plate. It expired in February. It's a heritage state. So that's cool. I've got the 1976 license plate for Illinois, so now I've got the one for Indiana too. I look for any of the 76 license plates. Look at these pins. We got a... I'm not going to take them out. We got a Ford truck pin. I just know it's a Ford because it says Ford up there. And we have there's two versions of this one. We have a cab over truck with a trailer. The other one is, the other truck has a red stripe on the trailer. Then my favorite one, if I can get it, my favorite one is, sorry, this old International truck. It says International on the front there, and then it's got some red and orange stripes on it. Very 70s style truck. So those are cool pins. I got a wrench, and the reason I got this wrench is because it says Nash on it, and so that means it probably came in the toolkit for a Nash car of some kind, whether it be a Metropolitan or one of their bigger cars. You know, maybe just different stuff like that. I've got this old Operation Care and Repair of Farm Machinery book. This is the 12th edition. That long title takes up the whole spine of the book. Unfortunately, it came completely apart, but it's very old. It was published by John Deere, and let me find one of the pictures in it. You can see it's very old by the types of machinery they're using. And they don't use tractors like that anymore. There's an old tractor. So it's just different things like that. It's a really neat book, but you know, you don't really get that on camera very well. You don't get the real good look at it. I got a Snowman Pez dispenser. There goes my book. Oh, I found the license plate for my car. 1932. I'm gonna have to I'll put that in the rumble seat and I'll glue it back on later. I got like a 78 Chevy belt buckle. It's pretty cool. Got a We Care All-American keychain. I got a keychain collection, so that's her key fob, I guess. I got a key fob collection, so that's what that's for. I'll show you the CDs that I got. Got the Statler Brothers Farewell Concert CD. I know all but like 2 or 3 of the songs on this CD, because I've got a cassette tape that's got most of the songs on it. I was really excited to get that. And then I got a Thomas Rhett CD. And Keith Urban. I know almost all the songs on the back of here. There's maybe 5 of them that I don't know on the back of here. I don't know very many of the ones on the Thomas Rhett. Not that Thomas Rhett CD. I know from the first one, but I don't have the first one. Maybe those won't slide down anymore. Pop her on. Darn it. Put them on top of that book. Paparon made this knife out of a railroad spike. It's a brand new railroad spike, so the numbers aren't pounded in on it. But what did he call that? Some kind of cubed handle. I forget what that's called. It's a real knife, you know, sharp. He was real proud of this. He made me one, he made my dad one, and he made Uncle Richard one. And I think he said he's going to make another one. Hopefully, I'll be with him when he makes the other one, and if I am, I will get a video. So that's made out of a railroad spike. Whoops. This is a Christmas candle thingy from 1983, I think. Yeah, from 1983. It's not going to focus. There. And this is from Hill's Department Store, and it was $2.97. I put new batteries in it to see if it worked. It takes 4 AA batteries for this to light 3 lights. And let me shut the flashlight off. It works pretty good. So I thought that was cool that it still worked. I got a pile of stuff on my table here. I got this book called Rebel Mechanics. I haven't read it yet, of course, I just got it. But I was just reading a little passage about this in a book advertisement thing that we got from school, and it looked good. Looks pretty clean inside, even for a used book. Looks brand new. Might be good, it might not be, I don't know. It sounded good in the description. Got the Lorax movie, the new one, or the shouldn't say the new one now, but the modern one from 2012. Put that on top of the CDs in the book. I got some old bottles. This is a Barley's. I figured out what this was. Non-carbonated beverages. Made in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was bottled in Indianapolis. There's no year stamped on the bottom. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. I got some more of those 7-Up bottles that I've started collecting. I've got the Indiana Hurry and Hoosiers bottle from 1974. I believe it's 1974. Then I got the 1976 NCAA Champions IU bottle. Somehow the schedule started to get rubbed off the back there. Somehow the white got rubbed off and the red didn't. Not sure how that happened. I'm starting to get a pretty good collection of these 7-Up bottles. And I've got this bottle here. What's it say? Green River. It's a half pint. It's a cool bottle. What's it say? I think at one time it had a paper label on the front here. Federal law forbids sale or use of this bottle. So that's not all I got, though. Got a Structo dump truck. Hydraulic dump. Although the hydraulic does not work. As you can see, maybe you can see, if I turn the light the right way, yeah, you can see this pin right here is broke off, and this pin that's in here is bent. So right now the hydraulic is not working, but it's still got all the metal hubs on the wheels, all 4 of them, and the latch still works for the dump bed. It just doesn't, you just have to tip the bed yourself and make sure I don't push anything off onto the floor. The tailgate on it it goes all the way in here, so it's a cool antique truck. Just needs some work. There's no decals on the front of it, but it still has the bumper. I got this History of the American Automobile coloring book. I like to draw cars and I like to color cars. It's got some real old cars, like this is a 1865, and it goes all the way to a 1981 Ford Escort. So I'm assuming it's from 1981, because that's when it stops. Some of the cars have scenery behind them, like this car here's got a... I caught the bottles, nothing broke, that's good. This has a McDonald's sign behind it. It's pretty cool, I think. Got a Corvette iron-on. Corvette by Chevrolet. This is one of those iron-on patches. Ow. I hit myself in the face with this. I got a Johnny Cash book. It looks pretty cool. It tells different stuff, events, you know, through his life. And a lot of, actually all the captions at the top of the page are songs that he sang, like I Walk the Line, Get Rhythm, We'll Meet Again. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. He had a song called I Don't Know Where I'm Bound, so I imagine that's where they got that from. Oh, What a Dream. Hurt. It just tells about his life. It's pretty cool. But my mom got it on Amazon, I think. But anyway, if you look, it's from the District of Columbia Public Library. So that came from the District of Columbia. Got this train picture. It's got a Chesapeake and Ohio caboose and a big steam train on the front, or on the right. The guy that I got this from, he worked on the railroad, so it's kind of neat to have this picture. It's got a nice frame on it. I'm going to start stacking stuff over here on my messy toolbox, so that hopefully nothing gets broken that way. I got this tool pouch, New Ross Lumber Company. This was my great-grandpa's, and my grandma gave it to me for Christmas this year. My grandma said that she could remember her dad wearing this, so I thought that was pretty cool to have this. It means a lot to me. She also gave me the saw. That was also my great-grandpa's. There's the logo on it. Looks a lot like my great-grandpa Ted's saw. It's got that same kind of carvings in the handle. And they're probably from about the same era. So, both of my great-grandpas have a saw that has these carvings in it. It might be the same brand of saw. That's a good possibility. I'm going to move this. I got this brass scale. Oops, there goes my camera. Got this brass scale here. Shine a light on it. This is a spring scale, and this is a heavy-duty spring scale. This goes to 100 pounds. This is one of my more unorganized videos. From my Aunt Sue and Uncle Alan, I got a gift card for The Sound of Music. That was cool. Oh, there went my flashlight. Gave myself a little bit more room. Got a Sony Walkman, waterproof. I had one just like this, but it didn't work. So my mom got me one for Christmas. It's pretty cool. Refurbished. I don't really know what to say about that. It's got all the stuff. It's got all the cords and stuff in there. It's like a pair of really crappy headphones. But I thought that was cool. There it says water resistant, sports series, AM FM radio. That's cool. Got a We Care poster of treasured trucks. My favorite one, I open it up to the front there. That's a 1967 Hendrickson BD 410 cab over. That's my favorite one in there. But there's a lot of neat trucks in here, different ones. There's a 51 GMC, 41 dump truck, Chevy dump truck, 47 Dodge. This is cool. This is a 29 Mack AB dump truck. I love this too, the Peterbilt. What year is that? 48 Peterbilt 270. I love old semi trucks. There's a 55 Studebaker. 33 Ford BB. That is a 1924 Autocar. As far as I know, Autocar still makes vehicles. So that was a cool calendar. WeCare always has some cool truck calendars like that. I got a Life is Good shirt with the Life is Good guy playing a guitar. I play guitar, so I thought that was a cool shirt. I got a mixer, or a Soda Jerk Drink Master mixer. It's a Hamilton Beach Drink Master, number 51. This top part looks like a giant egg. It came with this plastic cup. The cup says, "Do not immerse in boiling water." I couldn't find a year anywhere. That's patent pending stuff. There's a sticker in there, but it doesn't have a year on it. I know it's old, and another way you can tell it's old is the rubber feet on it are starting to dry rot. And if the style and the dry rotting wasn't enough to give you a hint, the electrical plug is obviously very old. I've started to end up with a mixer collection by accident. I got a Chevy Tonka dump truck, or it looks like a Chevy, like a 60s style Chevy. It's got the clear plastic headlights in it. It's got the metal hubs on the wheels. It's got the Tonka badge, but it's starting to wear off. The seats, I just put the seats back where they go. Anyway, it's got white plastic seats in it. And it's missing the hub and the white wall in the rear tire. When you pull this lever down, of course this goes back up, but something a little different from some of the other dump trucks. This isn't a hydraulic, this is just a regular dump truck. But when you pull this lever back down, the bed goes down. The bed's not too, still got paint in it, it's not too beat up. It's got both hubs on this side. Here's the inside. No windshield. It might supposed to have a clear windshield in there. That's a good possibility. There's the bottom of it, not rusted out. Oh, it's got a, I didn't realize that because it's bent back. It's got a trailer hitch on it. I don't know what you'd pull with a dump truck. I mean, you could pull a lot of stuff, but, you know, maybe a Bobcat or something. But these wheels are kind of different. They're solid on the back with no markings at all. And of course, this is actually kind of a good example to show the wheel. I think you could polish that front grille up and it'd look like chrome. It's just kind of tarnished. Probably polish it up a little bit. We've got another Hubley truck. It is also missing a hubcap. I don't know what kind of truck this is supposed to be. It's old though, it's like a 50s truck. I like how even though the hubcap is missing, I don't know why I said hubcap like that, but even though the hubcap's missing, there's still detail like under that hubcap, so that's pretty cool. This is made out of die cast. This is pressed steel. This is die cast. So with it being die cast, I can't fix this bend in the trailer hitch because it will break. It'll crack and it'll break. It's a Hubley, as I've said. There, this side's got both of the hubcaps on it. It's got some kind of stuff on the top there. Looks like it used to say something here. Red. It says red on the front there in Sharpie. That's a B. I don't know. Some kid wrote something on the top of the truck. Hubley Mighty Metal. It's Mighty Metal till it gets bent, and then it's bent metal that you can't bend back because it'll crack. It's got stakes on the side of the. It's a stake bed truck. There you can see how it's all pressed together. I got this truck because I have the trailer for it. There's a trailer that truck's supposed to pull, and I have the trailer. This, hopefully I can get it up here without something happening to it. It's a very large truck. This is a Structo Ready Mix concrete cement mixer, concrete mixer. I think it's missing something, because on the bottom, very heavy. On the bottom, it has gears, you know, that look like they turn something. I don't know what this metal thing is here. But on the bottom, it has gears that go up to nothing. And you can see where something rubbed right here in a circular pattern. So I think, see these tabs here on the barrel? I think there was a gear thing on the outside of this, and I think that gear thing spun this when the truck rolled. I'm glad that did not break. Bottle fell over. But I had it on the floor, but it still got knocked over. Supposed to have a funnel. Not a funnel. I lost the word for it. A chute, I guess, to go the. You can see where it was. You'd pour sand or whatever you were pouring in your truck in there. You'd drive around and it'd spin around. The barrel would spin around. Then you'd lift this handle up here, and it would come out this hole. Or if as close as this track is right here, sand probably won't go in your track. But it's a nice truck. It's in good condition, other than it's missing a few things. It's not dented anywhere though. It's got all the metal hubs on it. This one's kind of not attached to the wheel anymore. It's more attached to the axle, but still got it. It's got this vent here. It kind of looks like a chop top, you know, kind of a car you see at the car show with a chop top on it. But I'm gonna move it over here. There's the front. This grill's plastic and the rest is metal. It's got a metal bumper on it, and everything else is metal. There's another Structo Ready Mix concrete label, and there's the other metal hubs. That one's really rusty. I guess it does have a dent in the door right there, but other than that, it's in pretty good condition. And you can see how big that is compared to this Tonka truck. It's a very large truck. I also, excuse me, I also got this shelf. It's a Franklin Mint shelf, precision models. It's got this chrome, or it looks like chrome, piece on the wood on each shelf so that your car doesn't roll off of there. Like, if I have my Porsche sitting on here, if the shelf gets bumped, you know, it'll still roll off there, but it's not gonna, you know, roll off of there as easy. Especially a smaller car like a Hot Wheels car, you know. Very nice shelf. It was $5 at a garage sale. That's a very good deal on this shelf. It's very nice. It's got these hangers right here on each side. What's it say there? The Franklin Mint. You can't see it. It's got these rubber things here so that it doesn't mark up your wall. I'll clean the floor up after the video. But put my lamp back up there. I've also got this pink Hot Wheels car that I forgot to show you yesterday. The labels wore off of it, or the decal. It's from 1982. Tuner something, or Tune something. Cool little car. This, I know you guys have seen this in a video before. It's like a 30-second video. Maybe it's a little longer than that. But it's a Tonka Powerlift truck. Let me take this Rambler off of here. It's black and like, oh dear. It's black and like neon yellow. And let me get my light. There you can really see how bright it is. It says Powerlift on the side here, and a Tonka sticker. It's got interior. Got a sunroof in it. Sorry guys, didn't mean to blind you there. I'm gonna see if I can get the light right and show the dashboard. Yeah, you can kind of see the dashboard. There you can. Pretty detailed. It says Tonka on the step there. This truck is from 1993, I think. You can't see it, but it says 1993 Tonka Corporation on the bottom. It appears to be a GMC or a Chevy. And I'm going to show you what that power lift does. So this slides down. You pull the winch out. You hook it to something. In this case, I'm going to hook it to the Rambler station wagon. Okay. Now, I'm going to press the, I'm over here. See my hand? I'm going to press the light bar at the top here. Going to press it down right in the middle. Straighten my car up. Uh-oh. It didn't do that earlier today. This is the first time that's ever happened. It's tired right now. It's not. It hasn't. I haven't had to help it before, but you know it's old. So it's not gonna work perfectly. This car's made out of tin, or if it's steel, it's very light pressed steel. It's AMC Rambler, and it's missing the front bumper. If it had windows, it's missing the windows. Oh yes, and it's missing a tail light. It says Rambler on the back there, and it's got a pull-out trailer hitch. Pull it out from the bumper, and it just slides back in there. It's got a luggage rack on the top. You can see how beat up, how dented and rough the roof of the car is. It's got the Rambler hubcaps on there. I had a chance to buy a AMC Rambler hubcap and didn't, and I've always wished that I would have bought that. The tires are rubber. This was made in Japan. It says Rambler, sign of quality, made in Japan. Quality Japan, I guess. It must be pretty well made, you know. It's lasted all these years. It's missing the steering wheel, but it's got pretty detailed interior. I'm trying to get this so that you can see. You can see the radio and the dashboard and the blue and red seats. And then in the back you have, it's just blue. I'm holding my camera and the flashlight and the car, and well, I'm not holding the car right now, but you can see the blue inside. The seats are kind of mashed down inside the car. The car should probably be taken apart and straightened back out. But it's not falling apart, so I'm not going to do that. If it begins to fall apart, I will take it apart. I straightened the front end out on it today. It was kind of cockeyed for some reason. It wasn't like that before. It's got one tail light. The guy I got it from said that, you know, it's just a parts car. Well, maybe to him, but to me, this car only needs a couple parts to be complete. It needs a bumper and a tail light, and you know, the windows don't matter to me. An old 50s toy, you know, it might not have even had windows, but I think the one I looked up on eBay had windows in it. This blue car here is worth quite a bit of money, I saw on eBay. It's got some patched up spots on mine though. Whoever patched it up with green paint instead of blue paint. This strip here, from back here where it says Rambler all the way up to this pointy part on the front, that's all one piece, one strip. Same on this side, you can see it says Rambler right there. I don't know what to say about this. It's never, I haven't had to ever help it before pull that car up. I've only pulled, that car's light, so I only pull that car up on here so that, you know, it doesn't get wore out. But it's old, you know, so it's probably getting a little wore out, tired. Not that you need to know this, and it's not gonna matter to anyone, but I also got a handkerchief. I don't use a handkerchief. Papa Ron just gave everybody one for Christmas. So I believe, except for the belt, that's it. And there's nothing real fancy about the belt. So, that's it for the Christmas videos.